Thank you for signing up to help patients just like me.
Oh, that Nora. We're going to hear from her and her mom very shortly. Remind me to play the video that they sent our team. They were kind enough to just be in support of what we were doing and cheering us on, and took a little time to make a cute little 1-minute video for us. So I want to make sure that we're sharing that. I am so amped about everything that's been happening all day today. You are some of the most amazing people, firstly, that I've ever met. And I love you dearly. And I've never even met you in person yet. My team, everyone, my team, incredible.
It's amazing, Kate. I didn't know, like, I thought that at least, like, the team, when I met them, I knew that everybody was new to me, and you were the one that brought all of us together. So thank you again for that. But I didn't know that you also haven't met them in person too. That is even brings another level of just amazingness and how the support that everybody can give in a different way.
So
Wow, thank you. Thank you, Kate.
This is a powerhouse here. Powerhouse of people.
Like attracts like, my friend.
Yeah, very, very true. I loved all the little dynamics of the differences of your working together and the things that came up, and then even the weaving through of the, all of the stuff that was talked about. I loved your focus on the kids, DJ, quite a bit, and the family focus, Stephanie, and oh my gosh, Jan and Amanda. Everything was today was. I needed tissues a lot more than I thought I would. And Tim, I know you warned me, so Tim did a 24-hour. If you were on with us earlier, Tim in his campaign 2 years ago did a 24-hour and a 12-hour. Yeah, mind blown. Exactly.
Wow.
This was emotionally taxing in the fact that just to watch all those videos that we are playing throughout, to hear people's stories, to go through this process, to talk about these things, to see the support coming in from the donations, to just feel the support from all of you. Again, when we've never even met in person, just the showing up, Tim, the showing up. This happened too. Like, I went through my kids' school, and I sent it out, and I mentioned that the Carnegie Coffee Company here locally did the $2 on top of every iced vanilla latte specialty drink for our campaign, to have donations. I sent that out to parents, and they were sending pictures of their coffees already, like,
oh, that's way cool.
Wow.
Within the
That's
hour.
cool.
It was like, when people show up for you like that, it just shows you, like, we really are very connected. We are all very connected.
Yes.
And if you keep your, that mindset, you keep your mindset positive and on the things. Amanda's shaking her head. Yes, you know what I'm talking about. This is Amanda's shtick. You keep your mindset positive, and you remember the good in people, and you see that good in people, and you put out that good. Jan, this is you on the vibration. You put out the good and you get it back. So that's what has been happening here. And it is amazing.
Beautifully, beautifully said, Kate. And honestly, like, today, other than the fact it was a roller coaster of emotions, even just connecting and hearing those stories, or even people that are strangers to us, right? Like, a lot of these stories are people that we've never met, or even in the same country, or even the same, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. It's just all that connectivity, all that power that comes from all of us being together. And I feel like that is what it means to be kind of in a community and have that support for the future, right? In anything that you need. It's amazing, honestly. And I'm so proud of all of us, honestly. Each one of you added, first, a lot of us went out of our comfort zones today.
Yes.
Not everybody was very kind of, and me included, this was among the few times that we've been doing kind of as a live stream, and we had to learn a lot of the stuff, and we had to also learn from each other, right? We had to kind of like adapt to our different styles and kind of know, like, Jan is freaking amazing when it comes to all the knowledge that she has, all the kind of spirituality, the connectiveness of it all. Kate, you just bring the energy that just bring everyone together. Stephanie, I honestly, hands down, if I've seen the first time that I saw today your live stream, I would have thought that you've been doing this for a long time, honestly. Like just the fact that you went out of it, did some stuff. CJ, your energy, just, I don't even have to say anything, honestly. And the person who brought us all together kind of and shared the experience of their own journey and kind of paved the way for all of us also, even in the live stream, which is Tim. And amazing, Tim, honestly, for all the stuff that you do. You're also like part of the journey. And I don't know if you want to share a bit your story a bit with us, and even with everyone here. We would love to hear it over and over and over again, honestly, because it just shows all the hope, all the inspiration, all the positivity, as Kate was saying, that you now support and help others with after you being through it, after being through the journey yourself, directly and indirectly. So team, just reminder, everybody, you can donate. We have donations until May 4th. Let's help also Kate. She's a candidate for the Visionary of the Year with the LLS, so let's do that.
Yes.
But before, Tim, if you can share with us just a bit of a snippet of your message and a bit of your journey, we would love to hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, thank you. I never planned on sharing my cancer story. I had cancer for 15 years and I never planned on sharing it. And a few things happened, a few people inspired me, and I shared it on Jenny Gold's podcast, not podcast show. Shout out to Jenny Gold in 2021. And such amazing things have happened since sharing my story. And I think it's a testament to no matter what our adversity is we're going through, whether it's cancer, whether it's something else, stories really bring us together. It brought us together right here. We can learn from each other. We can relate to each other. We can support each other. And I'm just so glad that all the things happened, that I did share my story, because I've met so many incredible people along the way, including you guys.
Let me add something, Tim. Because of your story, you were able to put in that show together to really have other people share their stories. I mean, it just continues to reciprocate and move forward, or ripple. I saw ripple in one of the streams. And now your book. Let's not forget about that work. You've tried to get people together. Yes, I know.
Oh, we need to see that book. We need that book.
That book.
Send us a link. Send us a link in the comments.
I was going to say, put the link.
Let's go.
Put the link out there as a banner.
Let's go.
Yeah. So, I mean, just because you allowed yourself to be vulnerable, the V word, and share your story, just how much it's touched the lives of other people, and it continues to do so, and it will continue to do so, including me. And so thank you, Tim. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Tim.
Thank you, DJ. I think one of the things that's so awesome about these events is that, yes, like people are going to donate money and people are going to learn about LLS and about awareness of cancer, but it also brings us all together. And I have no doubt that after this, some of us in the future will collaborate in other ways and make impact going down the road. So thank you. Thank you, DJ.
On that note, I had this idea while we were, I mean, look at what we built, right? Look at what so Tim, you had you did this 2 years ago. Now here I did it. If one of you is wanting to do it in your community, we've done this once already as a team. Well, Tim, and DJ, you did it before, but collaborating together where we can make that happen a little quicker and smoother and more streamlined this next time. When it's your time and you're up, I'm in. I'm in
too. I think we're all in at this point.
I was going to say, we did our dry run already. I mean, we got it down pat.
Yeah.
Amazing. Well, Kate, I don't know if you want to share the video now for the message, at least to start doing that, and then we can continue on. For everybody or anybody who is listening out there, please share your messages and your stories, whether directly or indirectly. Anything that you can do will help share awareness. And if you'd like to help, don't forget to donate. Donations are open until May 4th.
Yep. Here we go. Let me play this video. Very cute. Janelle is Nora's mom, and you'll see her aside, little Nora here in just a second.
Hi, Stream of Hope team. Hi, Kate.
Hi.
It's Janelle and
Nora.
we just wanted to pop by and congratulate you guys on all that you've done so far and wish you luck as you continue to raise money for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. Nora was just before her second birthday on August 20th of 2018 when she was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia. She went through treatment and she finished her treatment course in December of 2020, and she rang the bell at Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh on January 14th, 2021. So we've been doing follow-ups at the clinic on the oncology floor for the past few years, and she's doing well and has actually been moved out to checkups only every 6 months. So without people like you raising funds and awareness, you know, treatment patterns would be much different than they are today. So we're grateful for you. We're grateful for LLS. And Nora has something she wants to say.
Thank you for raising money for kids like me.
All right. Keep up the good work, and we'll see you soon. Thanks.
Bye.
Oh my gosh. I love it.
Wow.
She's
Oh my
getting
gosh.
bigger. She's getting bigger. Oh, I love her story. I love her family. I love what they're doing there. That just their appreciation and involvement to keep showing up for all the things. Like they'll go speak. You ask them to send a video. They're just her little, I don't know if you saw it in the video where she mouthed thank you. Oh my gosh. I was just like, I'm a mom of 4, that stuff. And you know, DJ, with your kids, really? Yeah. It could be any of us at any second.
Yeah.
It could be any of us anytime.
That's right.
Wow. See, it's all the support. Like this is the type of stories that, you know, anything anybody can do can help. And I know in all of our segments today, we all said it in one way or another, but every dollar counts. Everyone can make a difference. Anyone can make a difference. And that's the thing. We can support each other in different ways. And there's a lot of, it's not only financial, like there's a lot of ways that you can do. I loved in the previous segment, Stephanie and Robin touched on this point about like, you know, like it could be just bringing a meal over. It could be just asking them if they need support in any way or another. Maybe it's something with the chores. And what DJ was kind of replying and mentioned to it as well is that don't assume, just ask. And that goes into anything in life, right? Like sometimes, and I can give that example of when you're talking to a friend, right? And sometimes they just want to vent. Or sometimes they're looking for support or advice from you, or they're just looking for something else. You never know. The first thing that you could do is ask, like, what do you want from me today? Or what would you like from this conversation, right? Like, it's just to add more of it from the start. And if somebody's telling you, well, I just want to really vent. So it's about active listening. We go back to all these skills that were mentioned today throughout the streams. We go back to all the support that we can give and support each other. It's really about finding ways that we can donate, whether our time while volunteering or by donating $1. Every $1 counts, honestly. And Tim just and Kate added Tim's book inside the comments. So if anybody who is looking for it and want to know more about Tim's story also as well, please go to the website and find out more also as well.
Yeah, because that's our way to support Tim. You know,
definitely
to support Tim. Tim is on the journey. We're supporting Tim. Tim's supporting us. Even people like watching this whole process this morning, people reposting the links and the everything that we're posting. You can't donate at that particular juncture in your life. Okay, but you can repost all this stuff and help spread the word. Thank you.
Yeah.
Awareness, guys. Like, don't forget awareness, self-awareness for us, and also spreading awareness about whether it's a disease or spreading awareness just about being yourself, right? And authenticity and all of these stuff. Just putting yourself out there, supporting others, empowering others on their journey. You never know what somebody else is going through. Like I think Tim mentioned something throughout the day, also today, about invisible illnesses, right? Like there's a lot of these times that And I think, Stephanie, you mentioned it also in one of the videos, like even if somebody is sick, but they can still they look completely healthy. And even the energy that they have, they might be spreading that energy, but are they really feeling it? So having that, reaching out, right? Giving that bit of a support, and also not judging anyone, is just offering compassion and just positivity and just support to anyone, because we never know what they're going through. Right? It's just those projections. Again, it goes back to the projections, it goes back to thinking of somebody else also, instead of just putting ourselves just first there, right? Everything is tied together.
Yep.
Amazing.
I had a friend who was doing a cake ministry at one point. She was baking cakes for people who were going through a hard time or dealing with grief, or just got some really hard news, whatever that was, right? Just something little. Maybe you love to bake. Maybe you love to make soup. Maybe you love to make bread. Maybe you love to make cards. Whatever that is. Oh, Shook, thank you. Yep. It matters. Find your way. Find your thing. Yeah. Find the thing that doesn't feel like work, right? Find the thing that brings you fulfillment and them fulfillment, and it makes you feel good, because the science behind that, doing things, that doing kindnesses helps both.
Just think about it as karma, right?
Yep.
Even if you're not expecting anything back, just put it out there, right? And you never know what you might get back. That's it.
Yeah. Well, and Amanda, remember what Angela said, she's been with LLS it'll be this October, 10 years. Not a lot of people stay with an organization that long. And when I asked her what has called her to stay there, and she said not only the culture and the purpose, but, she shared her grandmother's story, that she would show up for her grandmother's treatment. And so that's how she was really exposed to LLS, and she wanted to be a part of that bigger picture that serves so many. So I just find the kudos to people who are feeling called and living in their purpose to support these organizations.
I love that, Jan. And honestly, you don't have to, and I can speak from my perspective, at least, I don't have kind of a personal, very direct story that I could share specifically in LLS or under the LLS umbrella, but I've had so many indirect stories about people who had illnesses or who passed away or have had difficulties in their life because of different types of cancers or different types of rare diseases and just illnesses in general. And the reason why I like to help and I support people is just because I love the science behind it, and I love just the people, the connectivity of it all. So it's not like you need to be seeing kind of a patient or someone, a loved one that is next to you going through it, that should really force you to take action. It could be anything that you feel, like Kate mentioned, right? About sharing sometimes a post, or about donating, or doing something like a small act can actually give you that purpose or that fulfillment. So people, just put yourself out there, honestly. You don't have to be touched directly by an illness or a loved one to have this illness to actually go through and start making a difference into the world. Take a step back, and you can make a difference in different ways that you can think of. So put yourself out there, guys. Let's go. Take actions.
Let's go.
Let's go.
It's a nudge. It's definitely a feeling of a nudge, or feeling called to something, or something keeps presenting itself, something keeps popping up, someone keeps asking about something, and you're like, maybe there's something to this. Maybe there's something part of the plan in my life where I need to be saying yes to this. So what is that? And do you have that willingness to say yes? I think that's the biggest thing. There are not a lot who are always willing to just jump in and say yes. There are people who feel less, pulled in that direction, or maybe have other things happening, and it's the opportunity circles back around. I see that happening too, where not right now, not this chapter, but I want to table that, and I will get there eventually. But those kinds of things, I think they stay there in your mind, though. They that like a little gnat.
Yeah. I was originally going to do my campaign 3 years before I did my campaign.
Oh.
But I was having health challenges. Okay. And so every year I would come back and I would say, I'm going to be a candidate. And then my migraines have been really bad the last few years. And, but then COVID happened, and DJ, I knew you through LinkedIn and the live streaming course and everything. And I connected with so many people from around the world during COVID that I was just like now is the time. Like, before, it just wasn't meant to be, right? Like, things had to happen in a certain way so that it was the right time to do the campaign. So
I do like that, Tim. I'm going to jump in real quick. I don't try not to take too much spotlight, but I think it's important what you said, when you find the right time. So me personally, I've been offline for like 9 months since last year. It was my last live stream. Something else that we talked about here and there was the emotional toll these conversations take on us. So sometimes it's okay to take a step back. Something in life calls us to do something else. I've been taking care of my dad and my grandma. He's been going through some medical stuff, and we have to make those decisions. But then this opportunity comes, and then it draws me back in, and I'm like, okay, I remember that purpose, that initial purpose I had of sharing these stories and advocating and showing people that we are going through the same things, not in the same way, but we can all really connect through these situations that are so hush hush or taboo to talk about, or things that are embarrassing, or I should feel shame for that. And I know that I chose LinkedIn specifically because it was that employment type of platform, that business type of platform where I felt that needed the most, right? Of attention to that for all those individuals that want to work, that they want to continue to live their lives as normally as possible, despite what they're going through and they have to attend to. And so all of those things kind of just come together and they move as they should, like fluid through our lives. And I think we can continue to, like, as people come and go, fluctuate. But I think, it's all circular. It's all circular. It's a stream, the streams of our lives.
Stream of hope.
Stream of
Ba-dum-bum.
Divine timing. I think about, I appreciate, and I'm just going to jump in here, that I had not ever live streamed before this as a host. I participated earlier in the year as a guest on someone else's, and that was the first time I'd ever been invited. And so there was a theme here that I just trusted that there was a purpose, this greater calling, like Jan, you were talking about. What is that calling to you? Like, that I wanted to make a contribution and give back of the many talents that I have. And I haven't shared a lot about my specific health challenges. They're not in the cancer space, but they've been significant over the last several years. And what I just want to share with everyone, and Tim, particularly you being so courageous, and all the others that have done the video and that we use, was, I like went into hiding, and I was really shutting down a big part of who I was because of that, and feeling not that, and I had care and support, but it was just like there was a definite split of, I need to be strong, especially in a professional sense. Like putting it out on LinkedIn is, like you said, DJ, so critical. Like, that there was something, quote, I have to keep that back in the thing, or else there'll be some other reason that people don't want to work with me or don't trust me. And I'm like, no, we are all, and that's where in my session I shared that book of Suleika Jawal being so impactful, that being between kingdoms, the kingdom of health and kingdom of illness. And I wasn't the super positive person about my own illnesses, and I use them in the plural, so that I could not, it was just like, sort of, I stepped out of, I don't have to be this sad victim of these things. If I could learn, from her, from everyone, from you, Tim, from everyone else, these young, beautiful children, who are thriving. I still have so many things and gifts and things to be thankful for. And so that's why I felt like God calling me, and that's where, you know, Kate and you bringing this team and all of us together, and then I have treasured every interaction with all of you and the learning, and that I was here for this purpose, and I do hope that we do collaborate and continue to make that difference together. So thank you.
Yes, Steph. Sorry, can I just say
No.
something?
Go. I'm
Okay.
emphatically yesing.
Yes. Just something that you said, Stephanie, resonated with me about, you know, like we get to decide if we want to share our story and where we want to share it, right? Like on LinkedIn or wherever. And I've had thoughts like you, like, you know, do I want to put my cancer story on LinkedIn? Like, what if I want to get a full-time job, which I'm in the process of, you know, like if somebody goes to my LinkedIn profile, it is mostly cancer. It is my story. It is other people's story. But I decided that if people, you know, come to my profile or learn my story, and if they don't resonate with that and see that in some way as an advantage to being hired or collaborating in some way, then they're not the right people for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Four-letter word,
I
next.
love that. Exactly. I love that. And one of the things, honestly, like Tim and Stephanie, you brought something super important to the table. Like a lot of the times we really try to disassociate kind of like our work life from our personal life, because for different reasons, right? Whether it's to, like, we always think about what is the impression or what is what the other person, especially in a company, right? Or recruiters or honest, like what they'll see. Oh, maybe they'll think like, oh, I can't really work, I can't really do some, or whatever, all of them. But that falls back to the whole awareness, right? First, that means that they don't know. That means they've never dealt with that type of people, or that never had a situation where they had these tough conversations, right? Or that they've known about these stories. And again, that goes back to the whole thing of, yeah, like that doesn't mean that you want to work with them then at that point. So it goes both ways, right? And that is something me and DJ actually were talking about a few weeks ago. And even Jan, like this week, all of this week, me and Jan were talking about how really it really goes both ways. So for me, I really feel that, and I'm just giving the example of interviews because that's, you know, my career wise, like that is my forte. Let's just go for that. But whenever we're thinking for interview, we're going to an interview with HR or recruiter or anyone, we always try to kind of box ourselves into like a box that we think that they're gonna, like a package that they're gonna be taking, like, you know, what they want to hear. But that's not us. It's supposed to be the other way around. They need us as much as we need them.
Yeah.
So when we start putting ourselves kind of out there, sharing part of our stories, because all of these, like the illnesses, the cancer journey, like everything that you, Tim and Stephanie kind of shared right now, that is part of who you are. Your attitude, your personality, all the shifts that you've had now in your life are because of the experiences that helped shape you, right? You think now differently. You maybe have taken a completely different path, especially like in your career or in life, because of all the experience that happened with you, whether directly or indirectly from the stories that you hear. So bringing that component in, for me, shows that first, you're very comfortable with yourself. You're proud of all the achievements and all of the experiences that helped shape you. You're still finding your invisible stories, let's say, behind the scenes that nobody needs to know about. And you have the courage to share that part of you. Like, it goes back to the taboo, it goes back to the stigma, it goes back to the fact that we think that people are not going to hire us. All of this is connected. Can you imagine also how people see you, right? People sometimes don't really understand what it means. And I just giving the example of back in, that was a long time ago, let's say 60s or 70s, where we really didn't understand a lot about HIV, for example, right? And a lot of people thought that, oh my God, if somebody has it, if I touch somebody, I'm going to have it. It doesn't work like that, right? The more we understand about certain things, the more we really understand how everything works, how the transmission, how the support, how the part of their story, everything is connected, right? So the message that I hope that everybody is echoing today is really put yourself out there, guys. Like, don't stop honestly being your true self. Put your stories out there, whether they're negative or positive. People need to hear, they need to know, and it will help you also vent and put it out there, but it would also bring that part to somebody else's journey. A lot of people that don't know that this is happening, whether with you or with others. So let's share. Let's always put ourselves first in that sense, and think about that everything goes both ways. Every relationship has a two-way coming in. Friendships, career, personal, like whatever it is, it's always a two-way. Yeah. And sorry, I'm also talking too much. So guys, please chime in and let's donate. Let's continue to donate. So yes.
Hey, let's make a promise to each other that we will stop apologizing for sharing our true feelings and being authentically ourselves, and vulnerable and transparent here in this space where it is welcome and we love each other.
Yes.
And you know what, Amanda and I were sharing yesterday when we said, go ahead, Amanda, you have to share what they say. We all think that love is the highest vibration, right?
Yes.
Just love. But
Yeah.
as Amanda shared, it's love of self, right? Authenticity. So when you're authentic, you're loving yourself. You're authentic to that higher power within you as you, right? So authenticity is the highest vibration. So that makes sense. Love of self. We can't love other people if we don't love ourselves, right?
Honestly, and Jan, oh, sorry, DJ, but honestly,
no.
Jan,
Okay.
you mentioned yesterday, like that wasn't a conclusion that I even thought about when I was sharing that example with Jan. It was amazing how she was able to kind of even connect that to it. So it's about, like, it's an experiment that happened. It's a study that we're studying the emotions, like our emotions, the frequency of our emotions. And as you know, we all know the power of love and all these stuff. So automatically we all think, and from Hollywood movies and all of these, that love is the strongest bond. It is the strongest bond, but it's not the strongest vibration emotions that we give. The number one was authenticity. And I was just sharing that just to be part of, like, us, right? Like, part of you should be part of you. And Jan just, like, connected it. She's like, oh, okay, I can see it. That makes sense. It's because you're loving yourself and you're sharing yourself. So that part that's why authenticity is even higher emotion of love and hate because of it, right? It's amazing. And Jan, that was a beautiful message. Beautiful message.
Oh, thank you. When we first met, Kate, when you pulled us all together for our first meeting, I don't know about anybody else, but I was like, oh my gosh, like this, I felt the electricity of the group, an instant bond during our first call. And when you're at that level, again, you're looking at life from a totally different perspective. This isn't just something that I volunteered for. I'm coming together with a higher, like literally coming together to do something from a higher purpose. And so to do that with people that you've never met with, to me, I think is really something extra special. So again, thank you for bringing us all together.
Not my doing. It's through the higher power that it happened, but I'm just the vessel. DJ, what was your?
I wanted. Okay, I'm not sure where my mind's gonna take this, but we're gonna go roll with it.
Let's
right?
go. Let's go.
Authentically.
We're following.
I love it.
We're
I love
following,
it. Let's go.
DJ. We're gonna follow.
I know. Yeah. So authenticity, oftentimes it's really hard to come to terms with, except I know that for me, that struggle internally, right? What is our authentic self? Should I share my authentic self? Am I too much? Which I know me and Amanda really resonate with because of our energy and who we are and how we see the world and how we want to just give and share. And then when something like cancer hits, something chronic, medical, difficult, our authentic self changes. And then we have to have that battle again. Like, okay, now I'm changing and now you have to reassess everything. And it's like that process is not, what's the word? Like, it doesn't stand still.
It's not like linear, let's say. It's dynamic
Right.
more. It's not static.
Oh,
It's not static. It's dynamic.
Not static.
So-
Thank you. Exactly. So I know it's okay to say that. It's okay to let people know that just because you felt authentic before and you might not feel authentic now, that's okay. You can
Spot
go
on.
back to it. You
Spot
can go back to
on.
it. And to, we've all heard that word, give ourselves grace. we all are going through changes. That will always be a consistency in our life as changes come and changes go. And we're always reassessing ourselves and decisions we need to make and how we're going to present ourselves to the world. So I wanted to just go back to the authenticity piece, because it isn't static, and it really is something that we have to embrace over and over and over again.
Honestly, DJ, just to add on to that, like, it's important, and I feel that that's the difference between people who are trying to better themselves, like they're always constantly trying to bring out the best version of themselves, and what they do, and or what we do, because we're all kind of part of it, and that's how, kind of why we were drawn together and it resonated. It's because we always do that self-reflection and introspection at all times, at different times. And that doesn't mean that it only happens when we're facing tough conversations and tough situations and challenges. It happens in any challenge that we face in life, right? You mentioned that, our big energy that we have, and it's kind of like, am I too much? And I've struggled with that over the years. I've had that I've heard it all, right? And I think all of us have heard it in one way or another. And now I just embrace it, honestly, because it's part of me. I'm not going to change me. And I can only do what I can control. And the only thing I can control is to do better and to become better. I'm a human. I will do mistakes. And one of the beauties in life, and the authenticity piece specifically, is that you can change. So like, we put so much pressure on ourselves in putting ourselves out there or taking an action, because we put the weight of the whole world on our shoulders. Like, maybe somebody is not going to like this, or maybe like it's not perfect. Right? It goes back, DJ, to the whole being perfect and perfecting something until we put it out. We don't need to, because as long as you're striving to improve, even by 1% each time, changing just one thing a day, or even changing one thing, whether it's your post, whether it's live stream, whether it's you're trying something new for the first time, just think about how it's okay to make a mistake now, as long as you're assessing it, reassessing it, taking the lesson from it, and not doing it again. It's trial and error. All of life is trial and error. Nobody's going to give you kind of like a blueprint and be like, hey, it works for me. It's definitely going to work for you. Anybody who's selling you that, I'm not going to say it, it's selling you. Yes, BS. I'm just going to say it like that. It's just BS. So no, guys, like, take the elements of really reassessing yourself, learning from others, learning all the stuff, but then adapting and making your own path. Goes back to authenticity, goes back to everything. Don't be afraid to try new things, right?
Absolutely. The 4-letter word is next. Amanda, you got me diving into Riverside, and thanks again, DJ, for sharing that with everybody. But it's like, okay, do I press this button? Like go beyond, like, the world, it's not going to blow up. Just go and do it and try it. Right? I mean,
what's the worst thing that can happen? That's
exactly.
always what drives me. What's the worst thing that can happen? Yeah. Somebody's not going to reply to you. Okay, you tried.
Or like, what if they did? Deleted all the work that I just did.
Yeah.
And they could not save it.
but you learned how to do it, right? So you learned how to do it the first time. It's going to take you half the time now to do it again. So there's always like I feel like there's always something good that comes out of something bad, whether it's a lesson or it was something that we learned for next steps or something that we need to change. And I think more like a scientist, guys, and I'm sorry for this because sorry. That's the Canadian in me. I shouldn't say sorry anymore. But the whole really about, it's okay to make errors, guys. That's the only way we're going to learn. The more errors you make, that means you're actually taking risks. That means you're actually going out of your comfort zone. And that is the only thing that will make you better, honestly.
What was that, Thomas Edison? Someone said about his failures, oh, well, you failed 10,000 times to invent the light bulb. And he said, no, I found 10,000 ways the light bulb wouldn't work. I mean, that's exactly what it is. It's like duality, right?
A mistake is just a mistake. You need to take another. And Kate, what you said about fail, it's a first attempt in learning. Yep. And honestly, the more we have, we feed our love for curiosity, we feed our love for continuous learning and continuous excellence. That's what's going to drive it. Yeah. Fail forward. Love it.
Yep.
Yeah.
When we're not trying and failing, we're stagnating, and that's not going to get anybody. That's not going to benefit anybody.
Hey, does anybody know the opposite, or what is the opposite of flourishing or flower? Am I saying it correctly?
Flourishing.
Yes. So what is the opposite of
Stagnating?
flourishing?
Is it stagnating?
Close, very close. No, okay. Languishing. So when we say it was a really it was a really interesting kind of like, think about it as a 4 quadrants. You have 2 really nice arrows, one going this way, like really like horizontally, one going vertically, and it's all going in the like up and going from left to right. So you're moving forward, let's say. And put the languaging down and the flourishing up, and put that the past and kind of the present that you have on both sides, and kind of you can think about what drives you. So even though that you're driving forward, if you're not really adding on, you're not growing through the path of up, so you're still in the languishing phase. So it doesn't have to be that you're always moving forward. It's also about like increasing and adding on. It goes back to adding value, it goes back to the introspection, it goes back to everything that every one of us just shared today, honestly. So don't languish, flourish. That's the key.
Love that.
Yeah, I like
Well,
that
and
a
getting
lot too.
outside your comfort zone, right? If it feels difficult, do it.
Do it.
That's my theme. So every year,
do it.
yeah, every year I pick a theme. It's not kind of like I'm not a big fan of New Year's resolutions, because honestly, I was never been able to keep them up, honestly, for more than 2 weeks or 3 weeks. But I'm a big fan of themes and affirmations and whatever you want to call it. So for me, I put a theme for my year. And last year was more self-care. This year is, and really putting myself first was last year. This year was getting out of my comfort zone. And honestly, I was telling Jen that most people, when they look at me, or that people who know me kind of look at me like, I'm surprised you even have a comfort, like you know, something outside of your comfort zone. I thought that, you know, you would try anything, which is great, because that means that, you know, I'm curious, I'm putting myself out there, but I do have a lot of, this is actually outside of my comfort zones. I've done a lot of talks, I've done a lot of like, but I've never put myself kind of out there in the more of, so more to come soon. And DJ, looking at you, you're gonna be part of that too. So honestly, like, let's go, guys. Like, let's keep moving forward. Let's keep adding on to each other. Let's keep supporting each other, and let's donate. Just a reminder, going back to today's topics.
We're
let's
close
donate.
to our 10,000. Come on,
Let's
gang.
go.
10,000.
We are with 11 minutes to go. I want to tell you a quick story. You're talking about New Year's resolutions, and you were talking about languishing and stagnating and moving forward and trying new things. My word, like, I try to have a word that is my theme for the year, and my own personal word, just based on my life, and we know that I'm a mom of 4 boys, my word was peace, because I would have loved, right? Thank you for just laughing, because at the absurdity that is that word in my life. Yes.
Whoa.
Okay.
So wow, that was a downloaded word, I'm sure.
Yeah. What's the saying? Tell God your plans.
Exactly. Make him laugh. Yeah.
Yeah. So he did.
Make God laugh. Tell him your plan. Yeah.
He did. He cackled. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. It was like a little bit of thunder. And I crap you not, I heard the word lead. Crystal clear. Lead.
There you go. You just didn't know what that meant, right?
Mm-hmm.
How was it going to apply? Like, what do you want me to do with that? You know?
Yep. But the opportunities keep presenting themselves. And even this team, it's just like, wow. Yes. I was looking for a chill year, God. I was looking for a little R&R. Not part of the plan. I've got bigger plans for you, sister.
Fangirling.
Hey,
Hi, Peter.
Peace can come in different ways, honestly. Peace can come with the fact that you're following your goals. It can come from the fact that you're sharing peace with other people. It doesn't have, like, bringing peace to others, right? It doesn't have to be that, like, because when we're giving to others, and it goes back to what we said about the energies, right? When we're giving to others, we're getting something back. And when you're sharing peace with others, you're getting a piece of that peace for you, right? Piece of that peace. I like that piece of that piece. Yeah, so it's like a cake, you know, like a cake. It's a cake piece, and you're getting like a cake piece. But no, really, like you need to share to also receive, right? Part of the whole gift is the fact that you're thinking about the other person, you're putting thoughts into it. It's really personal. And that's how it is, whether it's sharing your time, 5 minutes, right? Even today, all of you are just amazing. And all of us, and I'm putting myself in this, guys. So like all of us are really amazing because we're sharing also our time. It's not also our knowledge and just supporting all of us. And let's donate, of course, but it's just being here and just talking about this. Right. And thank you everyone who is listening in and just viewing us live.
Yeah, from
We're gonna
Canada.
continue
We
also
got
stuff.
somebody else from Canada.
Woohoo!
Let's go.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So awesome.
Amazing. Amazing.
Whatever you can. 5 minutes, $5.
Yeah.
We appreciate you.
Share a comment.
Yeah. Yep.
You guys are
Well,
amazing.
Honestly, you're all amazing. And honestly, taking the time to on a Saturday, guys. And I just want to bring it back to Kate because she does not put herself in the spotlight enough.
Yes.
And honestly, all of us are guilty of that. But Kate is the reason why we're all here. She's also a candidate for the Visionary of the Year inside the LLS.
Yes.
And any donation that you're supporting is not only supporting the LLS and the patient and the caregiver team and the care team for that patient as well, but you're also supporting Kate in her drive to make an impact and her candidacy for the, Visionary of your Year. So scan or click on one of the links in the comments, scan the QR code. Any $1, every $1 honestly counts. Like, please, there's no donation small or big enough. Everything helps. And if you cannot really support with financial, there's always a way that you can make a difference, whether sharing this post with your community, with your network, where you have the donations open until May 4th. So please keep donating and let's support Kate with her impact. I love the story of Kate. She told us this week, by the way, which I loved, that her big goal when they first asked her for the can I please share this, Kate?
Yeah.
Like,
I was wondering which story you were going to pull out.
No, this one I loved. It's just to show how big, like how honestly how big of a heart that you have, Kate. It's just
Yes.
that you really put everybody and even people that you don't know, like she said at the start, we really never met in person. And even me and Kate have been connected for a couple of years through our network on LinkedIn, but we've never, I think we've maybe chatted a couple of times virtually, but that's it. It was all support through LinkedIn and through the post because we really share the same kind of messages and we resonate with each other and we have kind of similar empowerment.
Yep.
But really, when she was mentioning when she wanted to drive the candidacy and actually this fundraising campaign for the LLS, and they asked her, okay, what is your goal, your fundraising goal? Her first kind of was like, I'm going for $1 million. And like everybody, like even when she told us, we were laughing. And it's not because that really goal is impossible. It's really attainable, but it really takes a lot of effort and it takes a lot of time. And we had really like just a couple of months to do that whole campaign. So like that 1 million was so ambitious, but it just shows how ambitious Kate is and how much she really cares about everything that she is involved in, honestly, whether it's us bringing us together, whether it's about really the support for LLS, whether it's, if you just hear about all the other activities and initiatives that she's part of and all the stuff that she does, even though that she doesn't share all of the things that she does, it's amazing. And so thank you, Kate. And I just really want to bring forward that it's all you and it's a lot of hard work. You're also working full-time. You also have your own business. You also have 4 boys. Just saying, 4 boys, guys. And this is not even asking what their ages are because freaking that's insane by itself. And also planning all this fundraising, supporting so many different initiatives. Amazing. 19 chickens. Let's go.
Oh my God.
Let's go. So thank you, Kate. Thank you so much.
I gotcha. I am so appreciative that you say yes. That you time after time. Can we do a live stream? Will you be part of my team? Can we do this? Will you send these posts? Yes, 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 yes. I couldn't ask for better people. It's been very inspirational to see. You just, I don't know. I guess the older you get, you grow up in your tiny family, you know, with your parents and your siblings or whatever, and you got your little support system and your teachers and your friends, and you go about your life and everything's quaint, and you know, you have what you need. And then you become an adult and then you start your own family, and you don't really know where that's going to come from anymore. And then when people, especially people you've never even met, just show up for you, I just don't even, here we go again with not even having the words. It just is like I feel it in my chest, but it's huge. It's huge.
I think even after this event, for the ripples to continue, when we talk about stream of hope, to be able to take these recordings, to do the snippets, to start to share afterwards, I think is going to be that force multiplier as well.
Yep. I love that. I love that. That was the first time I ever heard that was from you. And I'm adding a word to it. Cascading with the waterfall. Cascading that force multiplier.
I love it.
I like that a lot. Peter, we appreciate you. Yep, we do. We do. We need to be aware of our own blessings. We need to count them every single day.
Have you guys met Peter in person?
No. Have you?
I met Peter in person at Andrea Sanchez's Worthy Rally for Hope and Kindness.
Oh, look at you.
And he is absolutely incredible. He is so authentic, just like he is on screen. He played a song. It was incredible. And Peter also showed up one time kind of spontaneously on Showing Up Perspectives on Cancer. But yeah, thanks for being here, Peter. You are an inspiration.
They're coming out of the woodwork, Kate.
I love it. I love to see it. See new faces, meet new people. This makes me very happy. So in conclusion, thanks for being here. Obviously, we didn't have the joy of sharing this hour with Brandy today. And Brandy, we're praying for your family.
Yeah.
Brandy had a family emergency, and I hate that it was what it was. We hated that we couldn't be with you and that you had your families going through what they are, but we persevere and we show up and we get going in the celebration a little earlier, and we come together, and here we are. So our last call is that we really need your help. We really need your help. I tell you too, it's not been as easy as I thought it would have been to get $1 million. Okay, I'm just putting that out. It has not been.
Say your new goal. We're halfway there, so we're close. So what is the new goal, Kate?
Close.
Our new goal is 10,000. We are halfway there. We have had donations come in this morning. I'm very, very grateful for everyone who has been willing to do so. Please, if you can't, share our message, share the QR code if you can.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what it is. It doesn't matter how much it is. It matters to us that you did. So please know that. And wherever you are in your journey, whatever you need, you can reach out to us.
Yep.
You can reach out to us. We'll pray for you. We'll pray with you. We'll bake you a cake. We'll make you some soup. Whatever it is.
Send you good vibes. Whatever you need.
Right.
Coffee.
We're there.
Smiles.
Yep.
We got
Schedule a
you.
call, whatever you need.
Yep. Yep. All right. Have a wonderful day. I appreciate every last one of you. And one day I look forward to hugging you.
We love you, Kate.
Love you guys.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, team.
Bye.
Hi, my name is Nora. Thank you for signing up to help patients just like me.